Night shift workers. What's the creepiest thing you've witnessed? Working third shift as an EMT called to do welfare check with PD. We could see the guy's legs hanging over his bed through the bedroom window. Knocking, no movement at all, obvious dead body. We force the garage door into the kitchen. Soon as we do, hit with the death smell, it's certain. All of a sudden we hear hysterical laughing, chilled me to the bone. Who could be in this house with a body that smells that bad? PD drew guns from holsters, starts clearing the house, giving commands while the laughing continues. Turns out it was the dead guy's pet bird. Closing up a restaurant at midnight. Was mopping the dining area, turned around to rinse the mop and looked out the window to see a 9 feet to 10 feet moose looking in the window back at me. I swear my heart stopped for a few seconds. Then it just walked off across the road. I used to work the overnight shift at Walmart years ago when it was open 24/7. One night, a girl who was stocking the aisle next to mine let out a blood-curdling scream. She found a cat's head on the shelf behind some canned goods. Just the head. She thought it was a stuffed toy or something and grabbed it. We called the police, but nothing ever came of it. Driving an 18-wheeler at night, I've had a couple of things happen. One night around midnight, after driving most of the day, in heavy traffic near Murfreesboro, Tennessee, I saw a lady in between lanes with a lacy white dress just blowing in the wind. I slammed on the brakes and missed a broken bag of concrete with the dust all in the air. I immediately found a place to park and went to bed. Night shift nurse. Lots of spooky things, but then one that always creeped me out was at the nursing home I used to work at. It had been an old mansion prior to it being turned into a facility, so it already had creepy Addams Family vibes. But it was just a thing where residents would see a little boy playing in their room before they died. I'd be giving meds or whatnot and they would look past me and point to nothing. Is that little boy yours? Why is that boy up so late? All of them would die within days of seeing him. Also pretty neat in a way. I used to work night shifts as a janitor at a small office building. One night around 2 a.m., I was mopping the hallway when I heard someone typing on a keyboard. It was weird because I was the only one there. I checked the office where the sound was coming from, and all the lights were off. I walked in, and it stopped. But the chair at the desk was slowly spinning, like someone had just been sitting there. I left my mop and didn't go back in. I finished my shift in the lobby. I was live on site security at a construction site. One night a very sexy girl in a short skirt came to the game. She said, "Hi," and wanted to talk. It killed me to walk away, but that meant someone was on site trespassing to steal material. I'm not good looking enough that girls want my attention. I have the kind of look that a sexy girl can sucker me. I used to work overnight shifts at a local restaurant, managing the drive-thru as well. There was this freaking bird that would coo directly into the drive-thru speaker, and it kept scaring the hell out of me, until I finally figured out it was just a F-king bird. Wasn't on night shift, but needed to take care of business in the middle of the night on safari in Africa. Needed an urgent crap, grabbed shovel, torch and bog roll. Headed out to the designated hole. Had my torch in red light mode as I was doing my business, and saw eyeshine in the tree line about 15 miles away. Switched to white light, and it was a bloody leopard. Never been so happy to already have my pants down, as I finished crapping myself. Thankfully the leopard shat itself as well and took off. I'll never forget the moment of realization as my brain went from, "I wonder what that is," to, "Wow, that's a leopard," to, "Oh fuck. That's a leopard." Used to work in aviation. Saw 2 air hostesses making out. I am dying to witness something paranormal in my life. 4 a.m. I was on my way across a parking lot to meet up a coworker. As I passed a building I hear a noise and look to my left. Not 5 meters from me there's a dude dressed in all black scaling the wall to an apartment, close to the balcony at the first floor. As soon as I looked in his direction he slid down the downspout. I just continued walking wherever I was supposed to go as if it was just an ordinary Tuesday, hoping that whoever I saw didn't want no business with me unless I stepped in their way. Called the cops as soon as I met up with my coworker. Police calling about a 911 hang-up call from the location I was at. I was there alone. I work on an airfield. Driving a truck down the runway to inspect the lights when thick fog starts rolling in is pretty terrifying. You don't know where you are, and you're flashing lights, so tower and pilots will notice you, light the fog and make it even more disorienting. You're entirely dependent on the radio to make sure there's no planes heading towards you, and you're praying you're not about to cross into a restricted area you need tower's permission to enter. And if you're in an area that's got a decent deer population, good luck. I've had deer get spooked by my flashing lights and run into me. You can't see them because of the fog, and all of a sudden wham, something big hits the side of your truck. My last shift at Subway ever and I was closing alone. Right before close, this dude comes in. Everything is going normal. I make his sandwich and start ringing him up. I ask, "Is there anything else you would like?" He goes, yeah, all the money in the cash register. I go silent. Then he goes, nah, just kidding, pays, and leaves. Fuck that dude for giving me a heart attack. At Doubled River Mine 2 men were killed when a lockout system was not followed. The 2 men were killed when their 4WD got sucked into a conveyor. Now every month on night shift we will place 2 lockout locks onto the hasp for the area in which they died. The mine's management just cut them off when they see them, like they did the first time when they killed our co-workers.